And welcome back to another update on my tiny living space in progress. Thought I'd start with the willow tree. Have a bright, sunny, late summer afternoon. Very warm again today. All right, so little things have been added. I put a little hook out here with some birds. I thought it might be nice to have a place to hang a wet coat as I'm about to go into my place on one of those rainy days when I don't want to bring a big wet coat in, or other things could be hung there. And going inside, so David Reeves came back and he finished putting the trim around the east window. Did a very nice job. And then we added a shelf right above the window. Now my plan is to attach a long, narrow light fixture right here underneath the shelf so that it shines right down onto my cooking area. So I decided to play around with these wrought iron shelf brackets rather than just using plain wood wedges and make it a little bit more interesting looking. Okay, let's see, what else did we do? I'll turn around here to the west side, and looking out this window, I feel so happy that I've selected this location, put this window here to be able to see this magnificent willow tree that graces our property. Now stepping back and going down a little, we put in this tabletop. I found at the Restore, I found a round wooden tabletop. We cut it in half and then secured it underneath with some bracing. I don't think I'd want to sit on it. I don't think it's that sturdy, but I don't really need to sit on the table. So I'll be bringing in a chair. So it's at the height a typical kitchen table would be. And so that's my dining area, my place to sit and write, or maybe have a friend over for a cup of tea. Okay, then the other thing that we put in, let's go up here first, attaching this sweet little coat rack to the wall, and that's right as I come in the door and I have a place to hang my coats. And then going down, we put in this little corner shelf. I got another round piece of wood, and I could have just taken a nice piece of square, or could just use plywood or something like that to make a shelf over here, but I like the roundedness of this, and I like that the edge is already finished and sanded. I'm going to apply stain or a coat of something to protect the wood, but we just cut at the correct angle out of this circle, and then David Reeves again put some bracing underneath, and as you can see I have a little heater down there. So that's where the heater will be tucked in when I'm not using it. When I'm going to use it, I'm going to pull it out. I don't really want to use it. I don't want to turn it on when it's under the shelf, obviously. So anyway, this shelf is a nice place when I walk in the door and I want to set some things down. I have a place to do that. And so that was another thing we did. And then finally what we did, I'm going to close the door here and just pan up to the location above the door all the way across. You can barely see it, but there's a nice little shelf up there now. So this will be a place to store, I'm imagining, books and well, whatever might seem suitable to put up there. And it also covers up that plug, that wall socket for the air conditioner. So it just gives a little bit more of a nice aesthetic feel. And then just today, I got another wrought iron coat rack, clothing hanging rack. So I'm starting to think about these details that make life better inside of the home, places to put things. I am planning over here in this corner area. I've got this cabinet now. The storage down underneath in the cabinet. I made these little shelves and put them in there. So I'm sure I'll find lots of things I want to put in storage. I like to have things tucked away where they have a place to be, keep things organized, and so it doesn't fill out into the space. And there's a little bit of room there on the side where I can have a broom. And I'm always finding out as I go, what makes sense, what fits where. And then today I found a little mirror, which I'm going to put on the wall there in this little nook. I'm imagining this is going to be where I'm going to have toiletry items, my earrings, and then I got this little mirror, which I'm going to hang right there. And so I still have to figure out how to attach it. All right, I think that's it for our update this time. Oh, well, one more thing. Under the loft, now you can see some fabric hanging down with butterflies on it. And this is a test fabric. It's been pretty challenging actually to figure out on the other side of this front wood edge here, up underneath and behind, I have a curtain rod, and that's where I'm hanging the fabric down from. But getting all the parts to line up properly turned out to be a bit of a challenge. I do have some other fabric that I like a lot and plan to sew it and put all the edging on it properly. And so then once that fabric is done, then I will hang it and be able to draw it across. This test piece doesn't go all the way across, but it's going to hang down from the loft and go all the way across. And so then, of course, there's that area underneath the loft that's another storage area. And that's my step stool that will be what I use to get up into the loft. And also I can slide it around to different areas of the room if I need to reach up high. Because I do have these high walls, high ceiling, and different places where I need to be able to reach up high. And so that's another interesting thing to plan for, is to how to, I don't want to have a ladder going up to the loft, because then it would be fixed and I would not be able to move it. So having the step stool allows me to kind of multitask with it. And I got a type of step stool that you can lift the steps themselves and fold them in so that it turns into just simply a stool to sit on. And it's easy to move around. And it's also nicely finished wood. I guess I'm in this process of this project, I'm learning that I really love wood. It's like I want to make everything out of wood and not cover it as much as possible, like leave the wood showing. I love the colors, I love the smell. It feels warm and well, just suits my tastes. Okay, so that's it for today for our little update, and I'll see you next time. And I'll just touch back in with the big beautiful willow tree and say goodbye.